Welcome to Asian Review. I'm your host, Bill Sharp. My guest today, Mr. Takeshi Horii, sitting right next to me, Executive Vice President of the Japan America Institute of Management Science, located in the Hawaii Kai section of Honolulu. And sitting next to him is Mr. Constancio Paranal III. He is Director of the JAIMS's Educational Program. Now, supported by the Fujitsu Corporation, the Hawaii Kai-based Japan American Institute of Management Science is a long-established educational asset which serves both the local community here in Hawaii as well as the international community. Its creative programs help to build global understanding and train students to do business beyond just national borders. We're really glad to have these folks with us today because we'd like to find out more about JAIMS and its mission. Welcome to Asian Review.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
It's great to have you. Yeah, good. Well, now let's start off here at ground zero. What's JAIMS all about? Tell us how it got started. Tell us its relationship with the Fujitsu Corporation.
That's right. JAIMS was first envisioned in 1970s by Yoshimitsu Kora, who was then the president of JAIMS. At that time, Fujitsu was still early stage of international business. Fujitsu just started computer export in 1968. So early 70s, still a very early stage infantry of international business. And he thought in the era of international business, there must be a venue where business people with different culture, language, and backgrounds can meet and study together and learn from each other. It doesn't have to be Hawaii, but anywhere in the world. He was thinking of various places. And finally, he selected Hawaii as the best place to have such an institute. And at that time, Hawaii was selected because, for one thing, Hawaii is a place where the East meets the West.
Right here in the middle of the Pacific.
That's right. And East-West Center was already well established since 1960. And a very diverse background, diverse ethnic groups are living in harmony with Aloha spirit. And in those days, we were very fortunate by getting various organizational support, including State of Hawaii in government, and also Bishop Estate and the Kaiser Development. Kaiser Development is a developer in Hawaii Kai, Horii area, right. And also First Hawaiian Bank. And also in the academic side, University of Hawaii was supported very much, and the initial faculty members are mostly from University of Hawaii. So, and then 1972, institute was established, and the building itself is 1 year later.
How did you pick Hawaii Kai as a site for this?
Hawaii Kai, I think it's still a very early stage of residential development by the Kaiser Development. And we wanted to have a place where suitable for the educational endeavors. So it must be quiet. And also we, from the early stage, we try to organize host family programs. So if it's in the middle of a residential area, host family programs can be organized relatively.
That's a very significant component of JAIMS programs, isn't it? The homestay aspect.
That's right, yes.
JAIMS seems to have a rather established tradition for that.
Yes, most of the students, it's not compulsory, but the student's option. Some students rent, regular condominium, but most of the students stay with host family. And currently, about a little over 55 families are registered with us, and they apply to our institute to be a host family, and then we check the backgrounds.
Sure.
And then we put it on the database so that students can access to that database, host family registry.
I see. That's very interesting. Now, Most of your students, where do they come from? What's the breakdown? What percentage come from Japan? What percentage local students? How about other countries as well?
Well, mostly Asian countries, because Fujitsu initiated Fujitsu Scholarship Program in 1985.
Okay.
And it increased in a number of countries, but now it's 18 countries and area
Let me
eligible.
hold this up, actually,
Sure.
Fujitsu's Scholarship Committee. Can we get a close-up on that one? I'm not holding it exactly right, am I? Can we, which camera? House camera. Okay. Okay, there we go. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, recent program, usually 10 countries represented. And because Fujitsu gives 10 scholars for every program. Asian countries, India, last time we had 2 Myanmar students, and
Myanmar
also
students, that's great.
Thailand, Indonesia, and sometimes Australia, and Hong Kong, China, Philippines, Taiwan as well, and Korea, and China.
Okay. South Korea.
South Korea, yeah, and also Vietnamese.
The reason I ask that is because I hear there are, although it's way below the radar screen, more and more North Korean students in the United States. They're sort of very secretively studying at one school or the other. And so it's not completely impossible for a North Korean student to study in the US, but it's highly unlikely. Oh, interesting.
And also Hawaii is also eligible.
The local community,
Yes.
good. We have to get the local community in there. Oh, okay. So now you're in charge of the programs, and I know that James has a wide range of programs.
Right.
Tell us about some of them.
Sure. So our flagship program is what we call the Global Leaders for Innovation and Knowledge. So in short, it's called GLIC.
Click. I like that.
Yes.
Click.
So essentially, what GLIC is an executive education certificate program, and what it does is we normally pull management professionals from Asia. We usually get about 20 to 25 students.
Now, when you say management professionals, is this sort of like an MBA program where, okay, we do not admit you into our MBA program unless you have 5 years of experience in business? Is it that kind of standard?
Yes, so the standard is the same as an executive MBA. We normally request that they have a certain number of years of work experience. So historically, we usually have about 6 to 7 or sometimes 8 years of work experience. And then we also look at their TOEIC scores and or TOEFL scores. And so those are some of the requirements that we ask from them.
What kind of TOEFL score are you looking for? Oh, for the audience, TOEFL is a test of English as a foreign language, which is typically required by institutions in the United States for students coming from abroad. What sort of score are you looking for in TOEFL?
We used to set a minimum, 750, but we no longer use it as a minimum. It's just a reference. And
is that the traditional TOEFL or the online TOEFL? Or?
Either way.
Either way.
Yeah, TOEFL or TOEIC or other program also as well. It's acceptable. And we interview all the students in English.
Before they can be admitted, they have to be interviewed.
Yes. Sometimes it's a Skype interview, but mostly a face-to-face interview. And then, so we can judge their English capability by talking with them directly.
Do you go to them, or do they come to you for the face-to-face interview?
Sometimes he goes, and currently it's a multi-campus program, and its program's headquarters is located in Tokyo. And we formed the Fujitsu JAIMS Foundation 3 years ago, and that foundation is overseeing overall program. And JAIMS is covering and also planning and implementing delivering the Hawaii module, 6 weeks of Hawaii module. So selection is essentially done in Tokyo, but sometimes they ask us to help for interview.
I see.
So some of the subsidiaries of Fujitsu actually That's where we do the interview for some of the applicants. So it's really a collaborative effort between JAIMS and the Fujitsu JAIMS Foundation as far as making sure that we have the right set of applicants accepted into the program.
Great, great. Let's take a break here. You're watching Asia in Review. I'm your host, Bill Sharp. Today we're talking about the Japan America Institute of Management Science, located right here in Honolulu in the Hawaii Kai section of town. And my guest today, sitting right next to me, is Executive Vice President Takeshi Horii, and sitting next to him is the Director of Educational Programs, Mr. Constancio Paranal. And we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Donna Blanchard. I'm the host of Center Stage here on ThinkTech Hawaii. Center Stage airs every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, and of course you can check out our archives on YouTube or on ThinkTech Hawaii anytime you like. Why should you do that? Because this is an arts show that I believe is making a difference in lives. We talk with artists of various ilk. We talk with painters and writers, playwrights, novelists, poets, sculptors, dancers, you name it, directors, actors, of course. And we don't only talk about what people do, but we talk about how they do it. And my favorite part of the conversation, we talk about why they do it. And it's really common on this show to hear people say, wow, I didn't think about it that way. And it's very common to hear people afterwards who have seen the show say the same thing. And I hear all the time that people are inspired by the conversations that we have. So why don't you join us and be inspired too? That's Center Stage on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. We'll see you Center Stage.
Welcome back to Asia in Review. I'm your host, Bill Sharp. My guests today are sitting right next to me, Mr. Takeshi Horii, Executive Vice President of the Japan America Institute of Management Science. And sitting next to him is Mr. Constancio Paranal, Director of Educational Programs. JAIMS is a very interesting school, offers a very unique educational opportunity to learn about business abroad, how to do business outside of beyond one's own national borders. To give you a little more deeper idea of what JAIMS is all about, we have some pictures here we want to bring up online and ask our guests to explain what we're looking at. Oh.
Sure, so this picture that's on the screen right now is actually our first cohort of the College Prep Global Management Program that we started this summer. And this is a group of students here in our local high school students. Yeah, they were our first cohort for that program.
Oh, the high school students?
Yes.
I didn't realize that. That's really neat, because I think if you want to view people with a sense of internationalism, you have to start young.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I think that was our effort to get deeper into and start early
Great.
with our community.
Can we get those pictures up again? There we go. Now, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, so this is actually part of the program where we visited some of the executives and some of the businesses downtown. So this is with the Chamber of Commerce of Hawaii President Sherry Minor Namara.
Ah.
So we visited her and she provided some insight and advice to our group of students.
So you have companies, locally based companies supporting you,
Yes,
helping you out
yes.
with internships and that kind of thing?
Right,
or-
internships as well as supporting the program, funding some of the programs that we have as well, or supporting the students. Yeah.
We talked about the homestay program, or the homestay component of a JAIMS experience, and that's a long-established fact, but also the internships are a very important part of the JAIMS experience, as I understand it. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, yes.
Great.
And in a sense that we, some of our internship programs, because the programs are very short, right?
Mhm.
But what we would like to do is we would like to give our students the opportunity to not just gain information knowledge, but also that and cultural exchange by working with local organizations here.
And here is clearly a leader in the local
Yes.
business community, First Hawaiian Bank.
Right, so that is with Vice President Paul Alimbuiao of First Hawaiian Bank. So we also visited him as part of the college prep program. Mr. Alimbuiao is also the former president of the Filipino Chamber of Commerce.
How does the college prep program work?
So the college prep program is a 3-week intensive program.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yes. So it runs from Monday through Friday from 9 to 12. And it's a series, the way the program is structured is a series of courses that talks about the fundamentals of management, And then it also has site visits and workshops. So the whole intent is to provide these students the necessary skills and instruction as they transition from high school to college, and to ensure that it goes beyond that.
That's
more
a
on
great
the,
opportunity.
Yeah, the professional side. Yes.
Are these high school juniors, high school seniors,
Uh,
maybe a little bit of each?
Sure, we actually offer the program mostly to rising juniors and rising seniors. And so normally they're in their senior year and moving on to college.
Do they have to pay anything for this, or this is?
There is a financial component, but Fujitsu has been very generous in terms of providing funding for
The
for
Fujitsu
our
Foundation?
first cohort.
Not necessarily Fujitsu, but we have a fund, endowment fund. So a certain amount of fund can be used
Oh,
for
that's great.
scholarship purpose.
That's great. That's great. Now, this is, well, you tell us.
Yeah, so this is our campus. So this is actually the JAIMS Campus, which has been around for 42
43.
years. 42 years. So it's the same campus that has been around since JAIMS has existed in Hawaii Kai.
It's situated in a very peaceful environment, very
Yes.
green with trees and lots of parking. Everybody always
Yeah,
appreciates
that's true.
that. And now, as I understand, and it's a wonderful facility, very modern facility, a nice cafeteria, meeting rooms that are very high tech, it seems to me. And you rent out some of those facilities too, don't you, to groups that might want to use it for conventions or conferences or whatever?
Yes, we do rent for minimum half day, half day, 1 day, or could be 1 week. And for example, USC educational doctorate program, and they use every 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
So Friday evening and whole day of Saturday for their doctorate program on a regular basis. And also
Great.
other non-profit organization also using our office, using our facility as an office.
Oh, I see. So that's great. That's great. Yeah, interesting. Now, what do we have here?
Right, so this is actually our latest program for the community, and that's what we call the JAIMS Protege program. It is a 6-month program that is designed to foster mentorship. So we offer this program to our community members, particularly junior and senior college students. And what we do is we pair them with management professionals here in our community.
That's really important. If really one wants to get some momentum behind their career, to link up with a
Right.
mentor very early in life. I think that's a very key factor. Regardless of where you come from, having a mentor is of great use.
Right. And I think because, a lot of students because of the vast opportunities that are available to them when they reach college, they are almost unsure as to what they really would like to do, and having a mentor could provide some guidance in terms of what you would like to do professionally as you further along,
I think especially when you get into international things too, sometimes it's a very attractive area, but it's a little bit hard to weave your way through it and figure out which way to go. Go left, go right, and
Right.
which fork in the road do you go down?
That's true.
Let's see, we got some more pictures there. Let's go through those. Now, what do we got here?
So this is actually our staff.
Staff.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And it's such a small, it is a very small staff. So we have.
So all the faculty members outside,
Okay. You bring in faculty members, when you have
Yes.
classes and programs, then you bring in faculty members.
That's
on
right.
a sort of an ad hoc basis.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be from Hawaii,
Okay.
sometimes from Tokyo,
Okay.
or sometimes from Europe. So
Okay.
we are very flexible.
Oh, that's great. And now, what do we have here? Students, this is more than 6 people, so it's got to be more than staff.
Yeah, that's a student's
Yes.
main program.
Yeah, those are our students from the last semester, the 2014 class. And this was actually taken after the model for innovation competition that is part of the Hawaii module.
Great.
And That model for innovation is essentially the groups are able to work with local organizations in our community, and they help them solve certain issues or challenges that the local organization is experiencing, and they provide recommendations.
You know, I suppose like any school, you keep, or at least try to keep very close track of your graduates and where they go with their careers and that sort of thing. Well, can you just give us an idea what some of the graduates of your programs are doing today?
Yeah, some people are very prominent people, and one is from Vietnam. There is an organization called Vietnam Post and Telecom. That's a monopoly
Right.
in Vietnam. Chairman.
Government telecommunications
That's right.
authority kind of thing.
Yeah, chairman is our graduate.
Oh, wow, that is a monopoly.
Yeah, and also San Miguel Corporation.
Here?
In the Philippines, yes, San Miguel's International Limited, which is a wholly owned subsidiary, international arm of San Miguel. Managing director is our graduate as well.
Oh,
And also some students go independent. They establish their own companies after graduating our school.
And we really encourage our students to have that relationship and establish programs with us, in partnership with us as well.
That's interesting. There you go, when they start their own companies. That means they're very entrepreneurial. Okay, let me see, we got it. Have we explained? Okay, we get 2 more photos, I'm being
Right.
told. Okay.
Yeah, so this is also our way of reaching out to the local community, again, to the local high school students. So the one at the top, that's at Pearl City High School. We're working with one of our counselors, Oda, Mr. Oda, and then the one at the bottom is at Kaiser High School.
It's really interesting. You know, you're reaching out to high school students. You're reaching out to folks in the U.S., folks in Japan, other parts of Asia that all want to come to Hawaii and find out more about international business. That's great. Now, I think we still have a couple more pictures here. We might as well take a look at those. This is the last one.
Yes, so that is also part of our reaching out. So what we did was we went to Kaimuki High School,
Okay.
and this was part of their career recruitment. And so we were there and we connected with the students to give them an idea of what JAIMS is about and the opportunities that are available to them if they would like to be a part of some of our programs.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. So you're really keeping very busy.
Yes.
No, I'm not sure that we talked about this specifically, but your Global Leadership for Innovation and Knowledge program, what did you call that? GLIC? Was
Yeah.
that
Yes.
it? Tell us more about that, because that title is just very attractive, you know, Global Leadership for Innovation and Knowledge. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Well, in 2007, Nonaka Ikujiro, Professor Nonaka Ikujiro, who is a prominent management scholar, and he's said to be a father of knowledge management. He became the president in 2007 of JAIMS on a non-executive status.
He's a professor at Hitotsubashi?
That's correct, yes.
He's
still
a very famous school
yeah.
for economics. in
Yes,
Japan.
he's still a professor emeritus of Hitotsubashi University. And he was president for 5 years. And after he became a president, he reorganized the main program. And he called it the East-West Knowledge Leaders Program. And it has 3 components. One is management, mini MBA type, strategy, finance, economics, and marketing, those type of mini MBA core. Plus, his firm belief is management is liberal arts. So another core is liberal arts, which is history, culture, and philosophies. And also there are methodology components. Methodology components includes even ethnography, which is field note taking in the cultural anthropology field. And those 3 components get together. They combined in the 3 months program. That's the East-West Knowledge Leaders Program. But as the power shifted to the east, particularly China and India, those growing countries getting power in not only economics but also politics. So we should shift our focus more to Asia.
Okay.
That was the decision to make when we changed the East-West Knowledge Leaders programs to Global Leaders for Innovation Knowledge.
Let me just stop you right here, because we need to take a break and we'll pick it up
Oh,
when we
sure.
come back. You're watching Asia in Review. I'm your host, Bill Sharp. We're having a very interesting discussion today, very informative, about the good work being done at the Japan-American Institute of Management Science, which has been which established in 1972. We've been talking about a wide variety of programs they have that reach out to all segments of the greater public, high school students, as well as professional business people, as well as college students. And we'll be right back.
Mahalo for watching ThinkTech Hawaii. We are a channel dedicated to raising public awareness about the importance of technology, energy, diversification, and globalism to the future of Hawaii. We broadcast and stream daily from 1 to 5 every weekday, and we broadcast on Olelo 54 and OC16 TV. All of our shows are archived on thinktechhawaii.com, and we hope to see you there. Aloha.
Hi, I'm Ethan Allen. I'm the host of Likeable Science on ThinkTech Hawaii. We talk about why people should like science, why science is actually fun, how science is a dynamic and vital part of everyone's life, why everyone, every man, woman, and child on the planet should really know science, should love science, should be familiar with science. So it's a great show. People come on here and have interesting conversations with us. They tell us why they do what they do, why they love it, why we should love it too. I hope you'll join us every Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. And of course, you can see it anytime on YouTube. Aloha.
Welcome back to Asia in Review. I'm your host, Bill Sharp. We have been having a really very informative discussion about the Japan-American Institute of Management Science school, a very specialized school backed up by the Fujitsu Corporation, one of Japan's leading corporations. And just before the break, Mr. Takeshi Horii, Executive Vice President of JAIMS, was telling us about one of its premier programs, JAIMS's premier programs, the Global Leadership for Innovation and Knowledge. And we're going to let him continue from this point.
Okay. So previous program is called the EWKLP, East-West Knowledge Leaders Program. We didn't change the general concept, management pillar and liberal arts pillar and the methodology and practice. And 3 components remain the same, but we made it the multi-campus. So now program is
Multi-campus. Now, how does that work?
Multi-campus, our program starts in Tokyo with a 6-week Japan module. And then followed by Hawaii module, 6 weeks. And then thereafter, they visit Thailand and Singapore, one week each. And then finally, they return to Tokyo for 1 week to wrap up. So it's a 15-week program.
15-week program.
So general contents remain the same, but by making it multi-campus, students can expose to the real business, real organization, real management. So in Tokyo, they can visit a case study site, and they can discuss with the case with the real management in the case, for example.
Okay, China is obviously a big economic player, not only in Asia, but in the world. So how does JAIMS seek to train students about China?
China, currently, our focus was innovation part. So Singapore is innovation in as a government, particularly smart city.
Sure.
They transform the entire country as a smart city with government, public sector, and private sector, and also universities. All helped transform the Singapore smart city in a very expeditious manner. That's the example students are exposed during 1 week. And In Thailand is very special. It's a social innovation, not necessarily a business or government innovation.
Social innovation.
There is this area called the Doiton, northern part. It used to be called the Golden Triangle. It's
Everybody knows about that one, don't they?
yeah,
It's-
Thailand, Myanmar, Laos,
Yeah.
and the Golden Triangle, and drug afflicted.
a big global center of the drug trade.
That's right. It's completely transformed now.
Really? I didn't realize that.
And that was transformed with the leadership of the royal family-based foundation. And one of the executive director is a leader, transform that area into not only agriculture, but also crafts, traditional handicrafts,
Okay.
and also fabrics and fashions, and also tourists. And so entire community was transformed using the business knowledge, business skills. So essentially, a social innovation is an innovation using the business skill to address the social issues. So students can learn his leadership directly as well as how they transformed. So, but in the future, I think China is very important. And although we do have Chinese students, but I think I'm recommending to include China module as part of the program. We used to have chamber
I've heard
program,
of Chimba, no.
China Executive Management and Master of Business Administration program, which is a joint program with University of Hawaii, Shidler College. So we do have some tie with the institute in China. So I personally recommending. So in the future, China could be one of the components in our program as well.
The big economic talk in Asia these days is the Transpacific Partnership.
Yes.
And does JAIMS in any way focus on that or pursue that in any of its programs? Or?
Not necessarily, but
Not necessarily. Okay. Does JAIMS tend to how should I say, show interest in, say, let me see, all of a sudden, some of these other programs, all of a sudden I can't think of the name of it, and I'm having a blank here. But how about the Asian, help me out here. In 2011, we had this big conference.
Oh, the APEC?
APEC.
I had a mental lapse there. Do you have any interest in that kind of thing, or focus any attention on that?
Of course, our facility is not very big, but it can be used for international conference. And actually, last year we had International Business Management Conference with about 40 Japanese professors came over here, came at the 3-day conference at JAIMS.
Oh, that's great.
And we jointly sponsored, and we organized some local visitation.
That's great. Well, okay, now the future. What's the future hold for JAIMS? We have about 8 minutes left.
Yeah,
here. There's lots of time to talk.
Yes,
about the future.
particularly since, as I said, JAIMS, Fujitsu JAIMS Foundation was established. They are trying to organize, our main program, and they oversee overall educational effort, including JAIMS. And our focus with our own initiative, Constancio is particularly focused on the program for the local community, and particularly younger generation. So probably he can talk about more.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
Well, bounce the ball over
yeah, I
your
know,
way.
right? No, like what Horii had mentioned, I think moving forward, I think we recognize that we really need to be more involved with the community. And part of our goal is to reach out. Right now, we try to reach out to the high school students, but I think we'll also reach, as we move forward, we'll try to reach out at a younger demographic, because I think it's really incumbent for us as an institute, as a hallmark institute in Hawaii, to be a part of that community, to help the community grow and progress.
Right.
So we will definitely look into creating more programs, educational programs that would benefit a wide range of demographic of students, elementary, middle school, and high school. But obviously, because of what our core is, which is global management and cultural and exchange, that will be the core concept of what the educational programs would look like. And we also see ourselves partnering with corporations, business entities here in Hawaii. We are very thankful, most definitely, to the organizations here in Hawaii have been very supportive of our effort. The Chamber of Commerce of Hawaii, the Honolulu Japanese Chamber of Commerce, the Filipino Chamber of Commerce, and all the respective organizations that we work with for our programs have been very welcoming. And of course, to the local community who have embraced our programs and have been very supportive of our effort as well. But most definitely, as you've seen our facility, it can hold conferences, it could hold classes, and we would like to welcome more of the community to visit our campus and to see what's inside our campus.
More of the community should make their way on out there. Yeah.
There's more than just parking there. But yeah, so we definitely would like to encourage the community. We're also in this effort of creating a co-working space on that side of town, which we call Tanepot. And
What,
so
co-working?
a co-working space.
Explain that, because that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so a co-working space is essentially creating this collaborative space for small business or small entrepreneurial businesses people who have their own business but do not have the offices or do not have. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Renting out space
yes,
in your
yes.
facility.
But it's essentially
That's
an open area.
Yeah, open space.
An open space.
Oh.
Intentionally open space.
Open space. Okay.
So that people can collaborate or interact
Oh.
naturally.
That's a very interesting idea. Because small business plays such a big, important part in Hawaii.
Yes.
And it's rather challenged by some, frankly speaking, state policies and in my view, excessive regulation and excessive taxation and some other things, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very, very interesting idea. Now, when you started talking about partnering with other organizations, I can think of like the Pacific Asian Affairs Council. You must have some interests that parallel.
Yes. I think there are a lot of institutions that are dedicated towards the same objective as we do, such as East West Center. PAC is one of them. Actually, we've worked with PAC and it's one of our projects. So I think it's just really finding a project that we can all work on together, and leverage on our competencies and create something for the betterment of the community.
So, the highest levels of Fujitsu management still maintain a long-term commitment to carry on the work of JAIMS?
Yes, I think so. Fujitsu president was just changed as of April 1st, and he seems to me more enthusiastic to utilize Fujitsu facilities for various purposes. So not only Fujitsu, but also wider community, we like to encourage everybody to use our facilities. And also we have a pretty big network of faculty members all over the world. So if requirements are clear, we can organize some educational program tailor-made to any organization.
Well, we're coming down to our last couple of minutes here. Let me ask you this question. How would you say that JAIMS has contributed to Japanese-American relations?
Yeah, actually, about 20 years ago, I think, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan awarded JAIMS as an institute contributing to the friendship between Japan and the United States.
That's great.
And as the name suggests, we were conscious of Japan and America. And we started with a Japan management program and American management program. And so we continue to have a very strong focus on the relationship with Japan and America.
Great, great. Well, anything else that you'd like to say, or anything else our audience should know as we come down here to our closing minute?
Well, he's working on various projects, and we are partnering with most likely a Korean entity as well.
Korean entity?
Yes,
Oh, that's great.
and to start a new program for Korean people. And also he is trying to organize a program for entrepreneurs.
Oh, that's great.
A lot of people has idea for business, but they don't know how to start real business. So we can teach, we can guide.
These would be businesses that would that would actually do business in Japan?
And it doesn't have to be anywhere.
It could be anywhere.
Just learning the fundamentals of it.
Oh, great. Well, yeah, you certainly bring a lot to, as we said in the beginning, the local and international community.
Right.
Well, I'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for being here today. I'd like to thank you and our audience for watching. It's been a very informative show. I certainly have learned a lot, and I hope everyone out there has. Next week, we'll be right back here, same time. My guest next week will be J. Michael Cole. He'll be joining me via Skype from Taiwan. J. Michael Cole is both as expert in security issues as well as political issues, and if you've been following the news, it's going to be a very interesting presidential and legislative election in Taiwan in January. J. Michael is the editor of a very interesting publication produced by the Think Taiwan Foundation, and I'm sure he'll bring a lot with him. So we'll see you then, and thanks for watching.